If you feel lost right now, if you feel stuck in a life that no longer fits you, if you feel behind while everyone around you seems to be moving forward, achieving, succeeding, arriving somewhere you have not yet reached, I want you to stop for a moment. Put down whatever you are carrying. Sit down if you can and listen, because you are not here by accident. Something in you brought you to this exact video, at this exact moment, on this exact day, because a part of you that you have been ignoring for a very long time is finally speaking loud enough for you to hear. And what it is saying is this: I cannot pretend anymore. I cannot keep running. I cannot keep performing a life that is not mine. If you felt something in your chest as I said those words, it is because you possess a rare psychological frequency. Rare, not because you are superior. Rare because most people numb this feeling their entire lives. They drown it in noise, in busyness, in scrolling, in achievement, in relationships that do not nourish them. They spend 50, 60, 70 years running from the very feeling you're finally willing to sit with. You're willing to sit with it. And that willingness is the beginning of everything. For 45 years, I've worked with people who came into my office and said the same three words: I feel lost, I feel stuck, I feel behind. Different backgrounds, different ages, different bank accounts, different faces, same three sentences, same silent grief in their eyes. And after nearly half a century of listening, I can tell you what those three sentences actually mean. Because they do not mean what you think they mean. When you say you feel lost, you are not lost. You are between two selves: the self you were forced to become and the self you were always meant to be. You are in a sacred, terrifying space where one identity is dying and another is being born. That is not lostness. That is threshold. When you say you feel stuck, you are not stuck. You are being held by a nervous system that learned long ago that movement was dangerous, that change brought punishment, that reaching for what you wanted led to disappointment. Your body is not betraying you. Your body is protecting a child who once tried and got hurt. When you say you feel behind, you are not behind. You are simply comparing your inner reality to other people's outer performances, and that is a comparison no soul can survive. You cannot fall behind on a journey that has no timeline. You cannot be late to your own life. But the world does not tell you this. The world tells you to hurry. The world tells you that by 30, by 40, by 50, you should have arrived. The world tells you that if you are not where they said you should be, then something is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You are simply carrying the weight of an unconscious that has been running your life without your permission. And until you make that unconscious conscious, you will keep calling this pain fate. Carl Jung said it plainly. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. You have been calling it fate. You have been calling it bad luck. You have been calling it, this is just who I am. You have been calling it, maybe I'm just not meant for more. But it was never fate. It was a program written into your nervous system when you were too young to defend yourself. A program that said, do not want too much or you will be disappointed. Do not shine too brightly, or they will punish you. Do not take up too much space, or they will withdraw their love. Do not follow your own path, or you will lose your people. So you learn to shrink. You learn to wait. You learn to hide. You learn to postpone your own life until it felt safe. But it never felt safe. Because safety was never going to come from the outside. Safety was always going to come from you finally turning around and meeting yourself. That is what individuation is. That is what Jung meant by the sacred process of becoming whole, not becoming better, not becoming more successful, becoming whole, bringing home the parts of yourself that you exiled in order to survive. And that is why you feel lost, stuck and behind, not because you are failing, because you are being called. Called to stop performing a life that was built for other people's approval. Called to stop measuring your worth by a ruler that was never yours. Called to finally live from the inside out instead of the outside in. If you are ready to hear that call, I want you to do something. Not for me, for yourself. Something symbolic that tells your own unconscious you are listening. Go to the comments and type 520. 520 is not a magic number. 520 is a marker, a signal into the frequency field. It is the frequency of return, the frequency of the self coming home to itself. When you type 520, you are declaring, I am no longer willing to abandon myself. I am no longer willing to live as a stranger in my own life. Type 520, let it be witnessed, and then come back, because I want to walk you through what is really happening beneath your lostness. Because if you feel lost, stuck, or behind, there are unmistakable signs that you are not broken. You are awakening. And once you see the signs, you will never be able to unsee them. The first sign is you've outgrown a life that once fit you. The job that once excited you now feels hollow. The relationships that once made you feel safe now make you feel invisible. The identity you built with such care no longer holds you. This is not failure, this is expansion. A snake does not shed its skin because the skin is bad. It sheds because it has grown. You are shedding. And shedding is uncomfortable. Shedding feels like loss, but it is not loss, it is preparation. The second sign is you feel a deep exhaustion that sleep cannot fix. You are tired in a way that no vacation, no weekend, no long night of rest can touch. Because this exhaustion is not physical, it is soul deep. It is the exhaustion of maintaining a self that is not you. It is the exhaustion of pretending, of performing, of holding it together for people who never really saw you anyway. Your soul is tired of the mask, and your body is now refusing to keep carrying it. The third sign is you feel envy for people who seem free, not for people who seem successful. You used to want what successful people had. Now you want what free people have. You watch someone leave a job to travel, or leave a marriage to find themselves, or leave a country to start again, and something in your chest aches. That ache is not jealousy. That ache is recognition. Your soul is saying, that is what I want. Not their life, their permission, their willingness to choose themselves. The fourth sign is, small things are making you cry. A song, a stranger's kindness, a child laughing, a sunset, a memory that surfaces without warning. You cry and you do not know why, but your unconscious knows. Your unconscious is finally releasing what it has held for decades. Every tear that was not allowed, every grief that was silenced, every tenderness that had nowhere to go. Your tears are not weakness. Your tears are the ice around your heart finally beginning to melt. The fifth sign is you cannot tolerate fake conversations anymore. Small talk drains you. Surface relationships feel unbearable. You crave depth, honesty, realness. You would rather sit in silence with a true person than spend hours with people who never say what they mean. This is not you becoming antisocial. This is you becoming discerning. Your soul is no longer willing to spend its precious life on performances. The sixth sign is you are being drawn to solitude in a way you never were before. You want to walk alone. You want to eat alone. You want to sit in your car after work and just be before you go inside and become who they need you to be. This solitude is not depression. This solitude is medicine. It is the space where your true self is finally able to breathe. Every mystic, every healer, every person who ever became whole had to enter the wilderness alone before they could return to the world as themselves. The seventh sign is you sense that your old life is ending, even if nothing on the outside has changed yet. You cannot explain it. Nothing dramatic has happened, but you know You feel it in your bones. Something is over. Something is closing. Something is being asked of you. And you are terrified because you do not yet know what is on the other side, but you cannot go back. The door behind you is already closed, even if the door in front of you has not yet opened. This is the sacred in between. This is where transformation actually happens. If you recognize yourself in these 7 signs, listen to me carefully. You are not lost. You are being reoriented. You are not stuck. You are being asked to stop moving in the wrong direction. You are not behind. You are being called to walk at the pace of your own soul. And now I want to give you the path forward. Not a quick fix, not a formula, but a step-by-step method to return to yourself, to move from lostness into presence, from stuckness into flow, from behind into your own perfect timing. The first step is to stop asking, what should I do with my life? And start asking, what am I feeling right now? The mind keeps you lost by asking questions the mind cannot answer. What is my purpose? Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? These questions are traps. The soul does not answer them. The soul answers only one question. What is true right now in this moment? Every time you feel lost, pause. Place your hand on your chest. Ask, what am I actually feeling? Sadness, fear, tiredness, longing, anger. Do not fix it. Just name it. Because the moment you name what is true, you are no longer lost. You are present. And presence is the only ground on which a real life can be built. The second step is to stop trying to catch up and start honoring your own rhythm. You were told that life is a race. It is not. It is a rhythm. Some people bloom at 20, some at 40, some at 60. Some souls come here to learn quickly. Some souls come to learn slowly. Neither is behind. When you compare yourself to others, you insult the intelligence of your own timeline. Your unconscious knows why you are where you are. There's a reason your healing is taking this long. There's a reason your career is unfolding this way. There's a reason this relationship ended, that opportunity closed, that door did not open. Trust the intelligence of your own life. The third step is to grieve the life you thought you would have by now. This is the step almost everyone skips. And it is the most important one. You had a picture. By this age, I would be married. By this age, I would have children. By this age, I would have money, a house, a career I loved. And your life did not match the picture. And you have been quietly, secretly, painfully grieving that gap ever since. Let yourself grieve it. Cry for the life you imagined. Mourn the version of you that did not become. Because until you grieve the life you thought you would have, you cannot fully live the life you're actually being given. The fourth step is to reclaim one small piece of authenticity every single day. You do not need to overturn your entire life today. You do not need to quit, leave, escape, blow it all up. You need to reclaim one small honest act every day. Say no to something small that drains you. Say yes to something small that nourishes you. Speak one true sentence you would normally swallow. Rest for 10 minutes without guilt. Take one walk without your phone. Small acts of authenticity, done daily, compound into a whole new life. Not overnight, not dramatically, but surely. The fifth step is to let your body lead when your mind cannot decide. Your mind will keep you stuck in analysis forever. Your body knows. When you think about a decision, notice your body. Does your chest open or close? Does your breath deepen or shorten? Does your stomach relax or tighten? Your body has been trying to guide you your whole life. You just were not taught to listen. Start listening. The body does not lie. The body will lead you home. The sixth step is to release the people whose approval is keeping you small. There are people in your life whose approval you're still trying to earn. A parent, an ex, a boss, a group of friends, a version of society you were raised to please. You cannot become who you truly are while trying to remain who they need you to be. You do not need to cut them off. You just need to stop letting their imagined judgment run your unconscious. Every time you catch yourself thinking, what will they say? Gently return to yourself and ask, what do I say? What do I feel? What do I want? Your life is yours. Their opinions are theirs. The seventh step is to trust that where you are right now is exactly where your soul needs to be. Even here, even in this lostness, even in this stuckness, even in this sense of being behind, your soul is not making a mistake. Your soul is doing the deep, quiet, invisible work of preparing you for a life that your old self could never have inhabited. The reason it is taking this long is because what is being built inside you is being built to last. Cheap transformations happen quickly. True transformations take time. You are not late. You are being formed. If you've made it this far in this video, you are not the same person you were when you began. Something in you has shifted. Something in you has been named. Something in you has been seen. I want you to mark this moment. Go to the comments and type 11. 11 is the number of the threshold. It means you are standing at the doorway between the old life and the new, between the self you were forced to become and the self you are being called to be. Type 11 to declare, I am ready to cross. I'm ready to stop calling my awakening lostness. I'm ready to stop calling my transformation stuckness. I'm ready to stop calling my sacred timing behind. And if you wish, beneath 11, write one sentence. What is one small way you will honor your own soul today? Let your nervous system witness your own decision, because listen to me carefully. You did not come this far to only come this far. The years you spent lost were not wasted. They were preparing you. The years you felt stuck were not stolen. They were teaching you. The years you felt behind were not a mistake. They were the years your soul was quietly composing the life your true self would eventually inhabit. Nothing has been wasted. Not one tear, not one lonely night, not one failed relationship, not one wrong turn, not one moment where you sat in the dark and wondered if any of this had a point. All of it was building the depth from which you will now live. The lost ones become the guides. The stuck ones become the free ones. The ones who felt behind become the ones who arrive at the only destination that actually matters, themselves. So do not rush. Do not compare. Do not despair. Come home to your breath. Come home to your body. Come home to your truth. Come home to the one being who has been waiting patiently, faithfully, silently for you your entire life, yourself. And as you take this first step, this small, trembling, sacred step back toward your own soul, hold this truth in your heart, not as a quote, but as the compass by which you will now walk. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are.